Episode 8. That night, the mansion felt even colder. A maid arrived at my room, silent and efficient, laying out a dress for me. It was deep red, smooth as silk, and far too elegant for someone like me. "You must wear this," she said softly, avoiding my gaze. I hesitated. What happens if I don't? She flinched, actually flinched. I got my answer. Wordlessly, I slipped into the dress. It fit perfectly, as if it had been made just for me. The maid led me down endless corridors, each step heavier than the last. By the time we reached the dining hall, my heart was pounding so hard I thought I might collapse. The room was grand. Massive chandeliers, velvet drapes, a long table set with silverware that gleamed under the candlelight. But I barely noticed any of it, because at the far end of the table, he was waiting. He wasn't in his beast form now. He looked human, or at least, close enough. His white hair was neatly combed, his sharp features unreadable. But those glowing blue eyes, they were the same ones that had haunted my nightmares last night. Slowly, he stood. "Come," he said. His voice sent a shiver down my spine. I forked my feet to move, each step feeling like I was walking toward my own doom. As I reached the table, he pulled out the chair beside him. "Sit." I hesitated. His eyes darkened slightly. Not in anger, in amusement. "You don't trust me." It wasn't a question. I swallowed. "Should I?" Something flickered in his gaze. Then, to my surprise, he laughed. A deep, smooth sound that sent an unsettling chill through me. "I suppose not." I sat, my hands clenched into fists in my lap. A long, tense silence stretched between us before he finally spoke again. "You fear me," he said, tilting his head. "That's good." I frowned. "Why?" His lips curled into the faintest of smirks. "Because fear is the first step toward understanding." I stiffened at his words. Understanding? What was there to understand about a monster? He reached for his glass, swirling the dark liquid inside before taking a slow sip. His every movement was calculated, controlled like a predator observing its prey. "Written by Peter's Gracious." "You think I'm cruel," he mused, setting the glass down. I clenched my fists beneath the table. "Because you did." His smirk deepened. "And yet, here you are, wearing the dress I provided, sitting at my table, listening to my words." I swallowed hard. He was playing with me, twisting my reality like a cat toying with a trapped mouse. "I don't have a choice," I muttered. He leaned forward slightly, his glowing blue eyes piercing through me. "Don't you?" The weight of his gaze made my breath hitch. I wanted to look away, to escape this conversation, but I couldn't. Something about him, about the way he spoke, the way he studied me, kept me frozen in place. He exhaled slowly. "You will have a choice alone." I flinched at the sound of my name coming from his lips. He noticed. His expression flickered, just for a second, into something unreadable. Then it was gone. "When the time comes," he continued, voice softer now, "you will decide. Not just for me, but for yourself." I swallowed the lump in my throat. "And if I choose to leave?" A slow, knowing smile spread across his lips. "Then you will have to set me free first." The air in the room seemed to shift, like an unseen force pressing against my skin. My heartbeat quickened. This was it. This was the moment I had been waiting for, the possibility of freedom. But something about the way he said it sent a cold dread curling around my spine. "What does that mean?" I asked hesitantly. He didn't answer right away. Instead, he lifted his glass again, taking another slow sip. Then, setting it down, he finally spoke. "It means," he said, his voice like silk, "that you have to love me first. But before then, you have to eat," he said, pushing a bowl of fried chicken toward me while filling my tumbler with chilled fruit juice straight from the jug. I sat there, lost in thought, staring at nothing as his words echoed in my mind. "Eat, wifey? If people see you sitting awkwardly, they'll think I'm not a good husband," he teased with a chuckle. His voice pulled me back to reality. I hesitated, then picked up the fork and spoon, slowly beginning to eat. The whole time he watched me. His piercing blue eyes never wavered, making my skin prickle with unease. The way he sat, calm, composed, and undeniably handsome, only made it woo-see. I wanted to ask why he wasn't eating, why he was just watching me, but I held my tongue. I had been instructed not to question him. Instead, I focused on my meal, pretending not to notice how he kept refilling my cup with water and juice, as if making sure I had everything I needed. And still, those glowing blue eyes stayed locked on me. After I finished eating, he stood up and stretched out a hand toward me. "Come," he said, his voice smooth and commanding. I hesitated for a moment before placing my hand in his. His grip was firm but gentle as he led me through the grand halls of the mansion. The air outside was crisp, the night sky glittering, with stars as we approached a sleek, black car waiting in the driveway. To my surprise, he walked ahead and opened the door for me. "After you, my lady," he murmured with a playful smirk. I blinked in surprise but stepped in, sinking into the plush leather seat. He rounded the car and slid into the driver's seat beside me, the engine humming softly as he pulled onto the winding road. The ride was quiet, yet oddly comfortable. I found myself sneaking glances at him, his sharp jawline, the way his silver hair glowed under the moonlight, and those ever watchful blue eyes. After a short drive, we arrived at a breathtaking garden. It was unlike anything I had ever seen. Rows of vibrant flowers stretched endlessly, their petals shimmering under the soft glow of lanterns. A cool breeze carried the delicate fragrance of roses and jasmine, wrapping around me like a warm embrace. I stepped out of the car, inhaling deeply. For the first time in what felt like forever, I felt at peace. A soft smile tugged at my lips as I wandered through the garden, brushing my fingers against the velvety petals. The colors, the scents, the quiet rustling of leaves, it was all so beautiful. I turned slightly and saw him seated on a wooden bench beneath a large, blossoming tree. His posture was relaxed, one arm draped over the back of the bench. Yet his gaze never left me. It was as if his eyes were protecting me, watching over me like a silent guardian. The way he looked at me wasn't like the cold stares I was used to. It wasn't cruel, nor was it demanding. It was something else entirely. For the first time in a long time, I felt safe. But just then something happened. To be continued.